Mr. Coffey, I want to come to you. We saw the release of NAVADMIN last week and the guidance on how sailors who are not fully vaccinated and do not have a pending or approved exemption will be punished administratively. So I've got some questions for you. Is it correct to say that sailors who are separated only for refusing the vaccine will, in the least favorable outcome, receive a discharge no lower than general under honorable conditions?
Well, Senator, I support the vaccination program. I think it's critically important that the force be vaccinated. I was vaccinated quite frequently when I was on active duty and as a reservist. I have not reviewed the NAVADMIN you're talking about specifically.
Will you review it and then answer me specifically?
I would be happy to do that, Senator.
Thank you. Enlisted service members separated under this subparagraph will apparently not be eligible for involuntary separation pay and will be subject to recoupment of any unearned special or incentive pays. Can you articulate what the recoupment of any unearned special or incentive pays means, providing me a tangible example of this?
Well, I can speak to my own background, Senator. As a naval aviator, a naval flight officer,
No, I'm talking about the specific guidance. So why don't you do that one in writing, since you have not seen that? I can't believe you didn't look at that guidance before coming in here for this hearing. So look at it and then give me a written response with a tangible example. A general discharge allows the service member to use the majority of veterans programs and benefits, such as hiring preferences for federal jobs, VA medical coverage, and home loan benefits. Please confirm the following for the record. Will sailors who are separated only for refusing the vaccine be deemed ineligible from future military service, yes or no?
Senator, I'd have to submit that in writing after the hearing.
We'll submit that also. Is the GI Bill education benefit the only absolute benefit not awarded to service members with a general discharge, yes or no?
Same answer, Senator. I'll put that in my written response.
Is it fair to say that any sailor discharged for a vaccination refusal will not be entitled to their post-9/11 GI Bill benefit?
Same answer, Senator.
Okay. What happens to personnel from the other military services who are assigned to naval commands and refuse the vaccine? We would want to know that. So, again, a written answer. And then also, what happens to foreign military personnel, such as those studying U.S. professional military education courses, if they refuse the vaccine for religious reasons?
I will submit that as well.
I want you to know my office has been inundated with calls trying to get clarity on these issues. So I think it is so important that you all get these to us. One more. Is it also correct that separation determinations made by the Navy will be centralized under the CCDA to ensure a fair and consistent process is applied across the board?
I'll be sure to provide the clarity you seek in my written response.
And then also a statement as to whether or not you think a centralized process is the best practice.
We'll do that as well, Senator. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Baker, if I may come to you. As Senator Warren alluded, you have advised her on shaping her national security agenda, which, and I'm quoting, took aim at rising defense budgets and the revolving door between the Pentagon and the defense industry. If confirmed, would these be your priorities in the Deputy Undersecretary of Defense for Policy role? Would it be these rising DoD budgets and the defense industry?
Senator, the Secretary has been clear that China is the pacing threat for the department and should be our priority. So if I'm confirmed, I would seek to prioritize those issues.
Okay, well, we know that flat defense budgets are actually shrinking defense budgets. How do you reconcile this reality with your inherent bias toward, and I'm quoting you, taking aim at rising defense budgets? Because China is a priority. And we want to make certain that we are addressing that great power competition. So how do you reconcile that?
Senator, I agree that we need to be prioritizing issues surrounding great power competition, particularly with China. Where I start on questions of the defense budget is to start with the strategy first. And as you know, I think the department is well underway in drafting an update to the National Defense Strategy that will build, I believe, on the 2018 strategy. I think from there, we can look at the capabilities and investments that the strategy requires, and from there build back into a budget number.
And you think you can do that with less resources?
Senator, I would be guided by the strategy. So I don't have an arbitrary number in mind. I think we should resource to the strategy.
So you're saying you're going to leave your opinions at the door?
Yes, Senator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Blackburn. Now let me recognize via WebEx Senator Peters.